Okay, guys, so story time on how we were held against our will in Thailand. Now, my voice is a little bit choppy because I'm nursing a flu, so I'm going to try my best to articulate this. Okay, so just a little backstory so you can kind of understand the flow of things. So, we were in Guangzhou, China on business, and I know that there wasn't a whole lot to see in Guangzhou, China because I have been there 2 times before. So, I thought, well, Thailand has always been a bucket list country of ours, and it was only 2 hours away. So, why not take advantage while we're on that side of the world to just take a hop, skip, and a jump right over to Thailand and, just experience that culture and all that comes along with, visiting a new city and country and all that kind of stuff. Great. So we get to Thailand. I mean, everything exceeded our expectations. Now, this wasn't like a Bangkok, which was, like the big city experience. It's more country. So everything is very, all the greenery and the heat was on, it was 100 degrees. But we didn't mind all of that because everything was new and it was just such an awesome experience. Top tier food, top tier service, the hospitality, just it exceeded our expectations. But like a true Bahamian, no matter how much fun we're having wherever we are in the world, when it's time to go home, we are ready to go home. So after an amazing day, we go to the spa, we go to see the tigers, we had an amazing last day. So we reached the airport and we're just, excited to go back over there to Guangzhou, China because the rest of our family was over there. And so we noticed that things were taking a little bit longer than usual. And then the travel clerk, the agent, she was just, like doing this number and then looking at us and then like going to liaise with someone in the back. So I'm looking at my husband and he's looking at me and she's looking at us. And I'm thinking like, wait, something is off. So this time I'm thinking like, what we did is like they're checking our documents, they're doing the passport like back and forth, like I just at one point I was like, Mom, is everything okay? And so she said, where is your ticket to say that you're leaving Guangzhou and going, back to Nassau, going back to the Bahamas? So we're like, we're not going back to the Bahamas, we are staying in China. We're in China on business. And so she just started having a bunch of attitude. She was like, no, you can't go. What do you mean? What do you mean we cannot? What do you mean we can't go? She said, no, go. She said, we cannot leave Thailand because we need to show proof of us leaving. In order to enter China, we need proof that we're going back home to Nassau. We need a ticket. Keep in mind, we came through Hong Kong, and I wouldn't get into the logistics of all of that, but we were explaining it to her, but Miss Lady was not hearing it at all. She was not interested in hearing anything that we were saying. All she was saying is that we could not board our flight over to Guangzhou and that we would have to stay in Thailand. Now, keep in mind, I was injured on an excursion while feeding the elephants. I was injured. I almost broke my leg. And I have some content further down on exactly what happened. So I was already limping at this point, right? I was bandaged up. And so I did not want to be in Thailand. I wanted to get out of there. And also, we had an accident on the way to the airport. Somebody hit our driver. And so we were in the vehicle and she had to come out. They had to do the whole, police thing. So keep in mind that we are late for our China flight to get out of Thailand, to get back over to China. And now this lady is telling us, the travel agent is telling us, that we have to stay in Thailand. We're thinking like a hex is on us in Thailand, so we don't want to stay here because we already had 2 very unfortunate experiences. And so we were like, wait, did we like touch one of the, those temple things? Like, did we violate something? Because we felt like we were hexed. Like, how is this possible? We know that the Bahamas has agreements with Hong Kong, London, China, and Thailand, so we know that we needed a visa for Thailand. We did that, but the other countries that I named did it. We don't need a visa to travel to and from there. So we're explaining this to her, and I'm just thinking like, oh my goodness, like where is the embassy here? Because this lady is just not having it, and we don't want to stay here. Like, what is going to happen? Why are we being held in a country that without giving us an explanation why? Like, what you're saying is not factual. That's not true. We can go back to China with no problem. So you already researched that from home. So all I could think is that she didn't like this color because she was just giving us attitude, and she kept saying that, and we didn't know what to do. So after some time had passed and my husband was trying to liaise with her supervisor, and they're both saying the same thing, and they're checking the passport, and they're checking, something on the computer. A bunch of time had passed, and I say, Lord, I said, please get us out of this country. We just want to leave. Like, whatever it is, if we may have missed the mark, with the logistics or whatever it is, I'm not going to do it anymore. Just please, Lord, please get us out of this country. And sure enough, a few minutes later, she just she was like, with an attitude, gave the passport, and she was like, so I was like, what does that mean? But I just saw her handing the passports. And so all we knew was like, wait, we could go. So we got our passports and we ran like hell to that gate. So now I'm limping and running. And guess what? She was at the gate. And I say, Lord, please don't let this lady call us off of this flight. Like, because maybe, she let us go, but then somebody call us back and say, they found something else. I was like, Lord, please, please let us get on this flight. So she, looked us up and down with an attitude. I don't know. I don't know why, but she wasn't liking us that day. So she took our boarding pass, looked us up and down, and let us on the flight. And we were the happiest Bahamians on earth.